What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Prince. And as you can hear, there are many fireworks going off outside, as there have been for the last several hours. It's July 4th. I stayed home to make sure my kitten was chill. She is nothing but mellow the whole time. Even the biggest ones have only caused her to momentarily look over before falling back asleep. But yeah, ultimately, you will hear this notably during the intro. I've been shooting a bunch of videos tonight. It seems like once the songs start, it drowns out most of the fireworks. Even so, you can probably hear it some, so I do apologize, but it's just during this session, and I wanted to take advantage of the situation where I was going to be home hanging out with Luca, so in any case, bear with me, and thank you for understanding, and once again, big shout out to Stan for sharing this. I'm a bit worried, the last one did get blocked by YouTube, and yeah, I'm not sure whether that was just for that track, When Two Are in Love, or whether we will run into this again, but yeah, because there was another a Shep Pettibone remix of a Prince track which got blocked worldwide. That was like the first Prince track I had reacted to. But yeah, hopefully we can get the rest of this album in. Again, Stan mentioned that there's another disc that he shared with me which has an assortment of Prince tracks beyond just this album. So yeah, looking forward to it. The next track on the Black Album, which is 1987, as I mentioned before, and was, or at least that's when it was composed, not necessarily when it was released. In any case, the next track is Bob George. I'm not sure who that is. Again, I'm a historian, but there's so many different, eras and, areas of history, which is, say, social history, cultural history, military history, economic history, and so on. So surely there's some Bob Georges out there, but I'm not immediately familiar with a notable one where I would be confident that's who would be talking about. I do have to note it is the type of name that is sometimes referred to as a firstie, two names that both could be a given name rather than a surname, as opposed to like Wallace Jackson, where it's a secondie, or double surname. Either way, I am curious, who Bob George is, whether it's a created character or whether we're actually talking about someone from history or at least, literature or something like that. But yeah, not quite sure what to expect, still in the very early days of getting a sense of Prince's songwriting, which already seems a bit more cheeky and amusing and perhaps like perception-wise sharper than I realized, so yeah. As absolute chaos happens outside, which hopefully will be less apparent once I start the track, let's get to it. This is Prince. The track is Bob George, and it's from his 1987 album in terms of when it was composed, the Black Album.
Okay. Let me see you dance.
Like that tonal shift.
New coat, huh? That's nice. Did you buy it? Yeah, right. You seen that bitch motherfucker again.
Well, pardon you.
You know what I'm talking about.
Maybe.
That slick back patty all the gold in his mouth. Don't try to play me for yesterday's fool. Cause I'll slap your ass into the middle next week. I'm sorry, baby. That's the rules. I pay the rent in this raggedy motherfucker. And all you do is suck up the food and eat. Say what? Oh yeah. For someone who can't stand them TV dinners, you should eat enough of them motherfuckers.
This is so silly.
Who bought you that diamond ring? Yeah, right. Just when you have a job. You seen that rich motherfucker again. What's his name? Bob.
Okay.
Wow, ain't that a bitch? What they do for a living? Man, it's rock stars. Who? Prince, ain't that a bitch? That skinny motherfucker with the high voice? Please, who do I look like, baby?
He's taking a shot at like a real producer, maybe?
Don't you know I will kill you now? You're fucking right. I got a gun. You think I don't? Then what's this?
add MF on the side.
Yeah, right. Now put that suitcase down, go in there and put on that new wig I bought you. No, the reddish brown one. Bob, ain't that a bitch? Oh, gotcha. Bob, if you're out there, let me see you dance. You said you was funky. Come on,
The guitar shredded.
come on.
I like the sonic audacity of this section.
That a bitch.
I don't know why that question always amuses me, but it does.
Now keep going. Think I won't? Is Mr. George home? Hello, Mr. George?
Yeah?
This is your conscience, motherfucker. Why don't you leave motherfuckers alone? What's wrong with you? Well, why can't we just dance? Why can't we just dance? No, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. You like this shit head ass. Who the fuck do you think this is? I'll kick your ass twice.
I really hope this video gets through because, like, anyone who hasn't heard this, like, they need to take this journey. Which I still don't know, like, yeah, that sounded funny. It has an improvisational quality to it. Feels like a tune that, like, could have come into being in, like, a jam session.
Shit. Turn it out. Wow, ain't that a bitch?
It's so funny. Like, the moment he said, "I'd turn that off," I knew he was going to do, like, a quick end to the track, and then he asked the question again, which makes me laugh. Yeah, insane. Like, I'm not sure exactly what's going on with Bob, or who the wig was being bought for, or exactly, like, you know, what the narrator wanted out of all this, or what, you know, was he, like, a pimp, and that's, you know, so he was talking to, like, one of his girls, "Where'd you get that diamond ring? Like, you didn't earn that. Like, you either stole it, or, oh, Bob gave it to you." Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but yeah, it's a really interesting journey sonically. I mean, it's fascinating. That was Prince? Is that what we're saying on the vocals? Because that didn't sound like what, you know, even after a few tracks I've heard Prince sound like, even on the track where he was, like, rhyming, like, you know, old school hip hop style. So if that was him, that's crazy, because, you know, the whole time I was, like, convinced, like, this has to be someone else. But then, you know, the fact that we didn't hear, like, a sung, like, you know, really funk heavy chorus or something where it's like, okay, so here's Prince, like, it feels like, I guess that was Prince, but yeah, like, his voice was crazy on that one, if that's indeed what was happening. So yeah, a really insane voyage of a tune that I'm not even sure exactly all the stops we made on along the way, but once again, big shout out to Stan. Curious to hear, again, if this video gets through, what people have to say about this one. So for Luca and the sleeping cat Luca and all the fireworks outside, I will see you next time. Peace.